attire. I want to look more at what happens during social hours at our offices. So we're going to look at first our office party don'ts. Alright, judges, what kind of impression will these two make on their bosses?
Well, you just left college. And college was great. You were cool in college. You're not cool now. These are not your friends, especially when you first meet them. Despite how well you get along with them, they're not your friends, and they're not on your side necessarily. So, assuming that you're going to a party, it's still work. And you can say something or do something that will be brought back up at work. And you don't want to be that person who's remembered as that guy, right? Who put his tie on his head. Now, when is it appropriate to start to loosen up? When the boss starts to loosen up. When the guy who's in charge has a drink, takes off his tie, unbuttons his shirt. Now it's time to get, hey, okay, I'm going to follow his lead. Don't ever get as drunk as the boss. Don't ever get as stupid as the boss. Just be cool. It's work.
I'd actually never get drunk at any work event.
Yeah.
It's a lot safer, yeah.
Drunk?
Yeah.
You should not be drunk. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Misty and Michael.
But the skirt is fine.
Let's see how our engineers think that you should dress for an office party. There we go. Is this any better?
Much better. Essentially, you just left work, right? It's not a costume change. You're not going out to your car to put on your party duds. You're still working with people. You're still a professional. You still want to be perceived as such. So, dress the part and take your hands out your pockets.
I really like the stripes on you. You know, there's some. It adds color. It's fun without going too far. It looks really good.
Now, is that a shirt that you could wear to an interview?
No.
Not at all.
Work is cool. Like for everyday work and just
In a
casual
visual,
work,
casual environment.
business casual is totally cool. Yeah. And I think it actually adds a lot of character.
One side note that I didn't mention is if you're going to an interview, even if you know it's a business casual environment, Intel is always polo and khakis, right? You still wear a tie, you still wear a suit, because you don't have the job yet. You're not one of them. You dress like it's a very formal environment, not like it's, yeah, I work here already. Play it safe.
Let's now into a little more casual environment. We're thinking a company picnic or a company barbecue in the summer. You know, it gets kind of hot and warm.
Oh no.
So let's see what our engineers think you shouldn't wear to a company picnic. Now,
where are they again? Are they at home? Are you mowing the lawn? Painting the house, perhaps? No, you're not at your pool. You're at the company's pool, on the company's dollar, doing company things. You're still a business person. You're still a pro. No. Shame on you. What would your mother say about you? I'm not talking to you, Mr. Barefeet. No, I'm talking to you. You're not with your mama right now.
And the other thing I gotta say with the iPod,
Oh, God.
we've seen that before. Just yeah.
Yeah.
you're supposed to be at a company picnic to interact.
Right, you're there to engage, you're there to network, you're there to be with people. You're there to be with the people who are waving at you, apparently. You want to drink? Oh, drink your Coke. That's better. Everyone loves caffeine, right? Yeah, the trucker hat, yeah, that went out last in the aughts, right? We in the tens now, the teens. Time to put that aside. Also, be aware of when you're wearing sunglasses, right? If you're around a whole bunch of people who aren't wearing sunglasses or looking you in the eye, then do the same thing. Don't be the one who's too cool to take the sunglasses off. You are not famous. You are not a movie star. You are not independently wealthy. These people pay for your living. I'm sorry.
So what about Anne's skirt? I mean, it's a hot summer day, right? Show a little leg.
I think it's a little too short, especially when you're around, your coworkers.
Reminds me of pajamas.
Well, it's how people think of you, right? I mean, you want to be taken seriously. You're in the workplace, and you want them to take your work seriously. And all of a sudden, they see Anne with all of her mess hanging out.
Nothing's hanging out.
And there's nothing wrong. You're all right. Buttoned up and covered. I'm not worried. But is this how you want people to think about you? You want people to remember you, not your clothes. And say, oh, Anne's a little leggy. Remember, did you see that? Did you see her kneecaps? I'll tell you what, I love them kneecaps. You don't want to be remembered like that. So maybe some shorts or a little longer skirt, a little sundress perhaps. Everyone loves a muumuu. My grandmother wore them for years. I was like, why does she get to wear her night clothes? It's a muumuu. It's night clothes. I'm sorry. I was asked to be here.
And what about, are bare shoulders okay for a company picnic, or is that still no? No?
Like you said, a sundress might be appropriate, but if you see any kind of straps, I would avoid it.
Yeah,
There's
if
thing
your
is-
bra strap is showing it,
Yeah.
definitely.
There's always a camera at any company event, so any picture you do not want to be a part of, don't wear your attire that can be seen. So.
All right.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you, Anne and Chris. The next one is what our engineers think you should look like at a company picnic. Woo! All right, judges. Are they any better?
Yeah, they look great.
I think it's important to have a very classy looking dress.
Sorry.
The only thing I might say about the shoes, though, is that maybe it's a little bit not appropriate for a picnic. They're nice shoes, though, but just not for a picnic.
Are sandals okay for a company picnic?
Absolutely.
As long as your toes are clean looking.
Don't be showing up with jacked up feet.
Yeah. And if your nail polish is like starting to rub off, that's also not nice. So either it's all like nail polish and it's clean, or there's none.
Yeah. He's wearing what I wear.
Yeah.
So I think he looks awesome.
I really like this outfit too.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you so much. All right. So I think this one's my favorite part. We're actually looking at a black tie event. Say your company is having a charity that you've been invited to, and you have to go mingle with coworkers and CEOs and all sorts of people. So we're going to start with the black tie.